Hey everyone, it's Dr. Bob here. Want to make a meatloaf igloo? I do. Let's go!
For the very best food in the whole wide world, try Dr. Bob's Kitchen.
So I've got a meatloaf that I made in advance. You can use any meatloaf recipe you want. I've also got a cup and a half of water, 2/3 cup evaporated milk, tablespoon of butter, and a half teaspoon of salt, to which I'm going to add 1 envelope of instant mashed potatoes. Congratulations, I'm every prepackaged food requires scissors to open years old. I suppose you could just use a tub of mashed potatoes that you buy at the grocery store, but I was afraid that this recipe called for a specific consistency or something. I don't know how things work. So I'm just going to add these potatoes in and blend and blend and blend until they start to thicken up. Now once your potatoes are done, you just frost the meatloaf, just like a cake, which I've also never done. But it couldn't be too hard because lots of people do it. Oh, these potatoes smell like garbage, so that's an added bonus. Now for the finishing touch, are you ready? I was an art major for 1 semester. You're just gonna make a little crisscross pattern here so that it looks like ice blocks built with love by the little Eskimo family to house them over the winter. Well, I was only an art major for 1 semester. So it's not the prettiest thing on your table, but you'll be the talk of the neighborhood. Meatloaf Igloo. You like abstract art, don't you? Mm-hmm. Well, behold my masterpiece.
What happened to it?
Nothing. I sculpted it. It's an igloo made of meatloaf.
Oh, it's an igloo.
Well, you know, with global warming these days, igloos don't hold their shape.
Well, you could have made it into a snowball, or a snow mound, or a sheep sleeping in the snow with its head tucked under its belly to keep itself warm.
Remember lamb cakes?
Yes, I made a lamb cake one Easter, didn't I?
You did. My mother used to make lamb cakes for every 1-year-old's birthday.
Aww. I miss your mother. Sometimes.
Well, she's here in spirit because this is absolutely something she would have tried to make.
Oh, that sound.
What, the sound?
Oh my God, stop it!
Nothing says Christmas like knife against plate.
You won't get any Christmas presents if you keep that up.
I will. I always get what I want.
Where'd you get this meatloaf recipe?
On the back of the McCormick Spices packet?
Is this a modern recipe?
Yeah, why?
It tastes like cafeteria meatloaf.
Mission accomplished.
Really?
It's McCormick Spices. It's the best.
Hey, Butler. That's good, Mom.
No, it's not bad.
I mean, why bother having to make separate movements on your plate? Oh, the potatoes are all the way on that side of the plate, right?
That's exactly what I
Just put them
said.
on top of the meatloaf so it's all in one bite. And shove it into your pie hole and chew it up and get it into your belly so that you don't have to waste any movement getting the fork back down to cut up some more cafeteria meatloaf.
You don't have to scrape things across your plate to get them all in the same bite because
So
you know
much
what my
work.
father always said.
You know, what'd your father always say?
It all goes to the same plate. So whatever's on his plate, he just mix it up into a giant gravy.
He'd pour whiskey into it too. You know, there's just so much work having to pull food across the plate. Why not just decorate it out? You know, why not just take some vegetables and toss them on there? Some green beans or some carrots, you know, and just push them into the pea.
You could make little
You could make little people.
little Eskimo people out of peas. Apparently Eskimo's not a good word to use now.
What do you use?
Well, you say native peoples, or Inuit, or individual tribes. It's like you can't say gypsy anymore.
Oh, that's too bad.
Well, it's not too bad because it's offensive.
Well, we were sure my mother was a gypsy.
Well, that didn't turn out to be true.
No.
All right, igloo meatloaf, it's fine, make it.
It's delicious. I want
If
some
we
more,
can
please.
work out some other way to make the icing so it actually looks like an igloo.
Well,
Or
yeah,
just do a snowball.
Just do a
Fun.
snowball.
Yeah.
Don't do like some thing. Like,
You know you can make a snowball and then at your party, for your Christmas party, you just throw it at people. That'd be exciting.
oh, you know what's exciting is tucking into another piece of this potato crusted meatloaf.
I wouldn't call it a crust necessarily.
No, what do you call it? Potato smothered meatloaf.
Potato smear.
I like the holidays.
For the very best food in the whole wide world, try Dr. Bob's Kitchen.